I am, for the record, on the record, and let the record show I am not a 13th Amendment free Negro slave, nor chattel, nor 14th Amendment United States corporate citizen. I am a national, I am a Moorish American, and I have standing as.
I read your arguments as to why you believe the freedom of travel means you can drive your private vehicle.
You have not graduated from law school, but you will be treated as if you had, which means I will expect you to know everything that I expect every lawyer to know. Do you have any questions about that?
Are you attempting to intimidate me under the color of law?
Do you have any questions for me? Other than that? No, I'm not in contempt. I'm trying to make it very clear to you that I think it's a big mistake.
I'm ready to proceed.
This is Mr. Raleigh. I'm here on the matter. I couldn't hear.
All right, Mr. Raleigh, thank you for, that was gonna be my suggestion, to log out and log back in, but you did use the chat.
I am here on that matter, my honor. I am, for the record, on the record, and let the record show I am not a 13th Amendment free Negro slave, nor chattel, nor 14th Amendment United States corporate citizen. I am a national, I am a Moorish American, and I have standing ancestral estate, Mr. Moroccan Empire, the adjoining islands by inheritance, but not by purchase, Moorish pedigree. I am competent, I am allodial, and I'm liberated. I am all rights preserved and retained without prejudice or recourse. Certificate registration number AA 7789, March 25th, 1848 AD, corresponding to the Moorish calendar 1368. Copyright owner C.M. Bays. Clock of Destiny, March 25th, 48 AD, MC 1368. Certificate registration number AA 209316, March 31st, 1952, AD, MC 1327. Masonry plus art, astrology, history, and geography. Clock of Destiny 2, reused edition of the previous book of Clock of Destiny, Title 22, Chapter 2, Council Courts General Information. Certificate registration number AA 222141, September 8th, 1952, AD, MC 1372, Clock of Destiny, Moorish American, all Moroccan nationality card or identification with Zodiac Constitution, and certificate AA 222141 is the focus of the determination for the without a doubt affirming relationship of the relationship properly venue as law between the Moorish Franks and all foreign Christian nations. Title 8, United States Code 1324, federally protected Moors.
What did they say about the Christian nations? What you just said about, this only apply to the Christian nations?
It says other foreign Christian nations.
Other foreign Christian nation. What is a Christian nation?
What is a Christian nation? Well, that I would not know because I am a Moorish American. I'm more into being related to Moorish American ideology.
I was just trying to figure out, I was just listening. I was listening in. All right. Okay. Well, I have you checked in, Mr. Riley.
Okay.
And Ms. Haddad, are you requesting legal counsel?
No.
Okay. Ms. Haddad will be with you shortly. She has the rest of the cases on the docket. So when she's done, looks like she's in the breakout room with Terry Yancey. When she's done with Terry Yancey, she'll have the opportunity to talk to you. And then I can call your case eventually.
All right.
Yeah. All right, so just sit tight and we'll get to you shortly. Thank you.
All right.
Take care.
All right.
Mr. Raley, can you join the breakout room? I have sent you an invitation.
Breakout room.
I'll send you another invite. Give me 1 sec. Do you see the invite, Mr. Raley? We are ready on the case ending in 509, Your Honor.
$509.
Yes, Judge.
Calling case number 233455509. This is Harriet Tubman Apartments versus Brian Riley and all occupants.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. For the record, Rania Haddad, P84927 on behalf of the plaintiff.
And Mr. Riley, can you please just state your name? Let's see, I'm gonna prompt you to.
On mute. Okay. For the record, my name is Brian D. Raleigh. Hello?
Yes, yes, sir. Thank you. All right, were parties able to work out some type of resolution?
Yes, Your Honor. The parties have agreed to enter into a conditional dismissal with box 4B checked. Mr. Raley's balance due and owing is $2,088.46. He will pay he's going to pay $742 on the 5th of every month, beginning on 5/5. That $742 includes his $542 of monthly rent per month, and then an additional $200 towards the balance. So he will pay on the 5th of every month, starting on May 5th, 2023, $742 until the balance reaches zero. And then after the balance is zero, he will resume his regular monthly rent.
And the regular monthly rent is $542, correct?
Correct, Your Honor.
So $200 extra. Is it 2088.44?
It is 2088.46.
0.46. Okay. All right. And is 4B checked?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Riley, do you understand the terms of this agreement?
Yes, I do.
All right. If you make those payments, your matter will be dismissed. In the event you don't, a judgment and a writ of eviction can be filed at the same time. We wouldn't have to come back to court. So good luck. Wish you well. Have a great day. Do you have any questions?
No, my honor.
All right. Well, thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
You are welcome. Take care, Mr. Riley.
All right. You too.
All right. Thank you.
Oh, one answer. Okay. What the?
And Mr. Black, good morning.
Good morning.
And your criminal charge is dismissed on Friday, is that right? Thursday.
I don't know. Okay, well, thank you. How come I wasn't notified?
Well, that's not what you're here for today. You're here for the traffic infraction. That's what it's for. I don't know.
I thought this was a motion hearing.
It was going to be, but the state made a motion to dismiss your charge.
Okay. So now it's gonna
So,
be contested.
Yeah, I'm waiting for your file to open up here. Sometimes our technology lags, so I'm waiting for it to give me access to your file.
I didn't come prepared to contest the infractions.
Well, that'll be easy because you can tell me whether you have insurance or not, but hold on a second.
Sure.
Let me just explain. Failure to transfer title, the trip permit, and the driving suspended charges, which are all criminal charges. And those are the ones that you'd filed all the pleadings on, which I've read all your pleadings.
Okay. You have any comments on it? Just curious.
I'll give you my comments here in a moment.
And I believe the police report states that I did produce my insurance, but it took me a while to find it.
Do you happen to have a copy of it with you?
Yeah.
Yes, you.
Should I approach
Yeah, please.
to the middle of the big paragraph? Oh, it's on the last paragraph.
Great. And do you have a copy of whatever you showed the officer by way of the insurance proof?
Yes. Oh, it's on my phone.
Yeah, that's fine. Do you have your phone with you?
Yeah, but I let somebody, one of my employees, take care of that, and he, whenever I need my insurance, I ask him where it is. But it'll take me a while to find it if you need me to.
Well, see if you can find it while I'm reading this.
I'm bringing it up.
Okay, great. Okay, so this is showing insurance for somebody, not you, for a car. I don't think it's the car it's identified here. Okay, could be the vehicle. Who's Thomas Harris?
He's the employee that takes care of that stuff. He registers the vehicles, gets insurance for them.
And employee of yours?
Yeah.
And what type of business?
Biodiesel. I'm building a gas station in Grand Mountain.
All right, and then the other thing to note here is that the insurance is purchased the day after the stop.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at 411. Stop was on 410.
Well, I can call. I'm sure it wasn't because when I called him, he produced this instantly. So I can call him and get it.
And you saw that, right? You saw that it said effective 411.
Let me take another look.
Yeah,
Thomas, you're on speakerphone. I'm in court right now. The criminal charges were dismissed, but the no insurance charge. Remember when I called you when the police stopped me and you sent me a copy of the insurance card? Well, the insurance card looks like it was purchased the day after the stop.
oh, it maybe it's just been the wrong one. Tell them that, tell them we have a different insurance card. We've got so many vehicles here, it's crazy. There's no way to get an insurance card that quickly when I'm working like that. The only thing I could do was send you some proof of insurance that I had in my phone.
Okay, yeah, all right.
So what did they say?
Well, you're on speakerphone now. I'm in court. And
I mean, you gotta realize, we're working around.
how could this possibly be purchased the next day? You didn't purchase insurance the next day, did you?
No. What they may have done is what they do is they renew the insurance every 6 months or so. And what happens is it automatically prints out ahead of time. And so what may have happened is they give us the card in advance, and then I get it online, and then I just put them in my phone. But I got so many cards in there that it's hard to find them.
Okay, I think that explains it.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, well,
if you need me, I can look up and see where.
well, let me ask the judge. Your Honor.
Where did you connect?
Okay, that's all, Thomas. Thank you.
All right, thank
Bye.
you. Bye-bye.
Okay, so I'll find that the card you displayed is just the automatic renewal card that comes in. Coincidentally, it renewed the day after you got stopped, so I'll go ahead and buy that. Dismiss the ticket. I'll turn that to you. And then you asked me about your criminal charges. They were dismissed without prejudice. Now, without prejudice means they can be refiled. So it's up to the prosecutor to decide whether they're going to refile them.
I prepared something for the court.
Without the prosecutor here, I can't make any decisions. I'll just share some general thoughts with you because I see you've got a subsequent driving suspended ticket out of, looks like Tumwater. So you have a court date, I believe in August on that. Let me check. So my guess is, since you have a new charge right away, that they may not be willing to dismiss the new charge, and they may resurface the old charge because, as I said, it was dismissed without prejudice, which means it can't be filed. So right now you're scheduled for court on the Tumwater driving suspended charge on the 5th of August at 1:30 in the afternoon. So that's a Tuesday at 1:30, we're doing court. So without ruling on anything that might be filed on the new case, I'll just share some thoughts with you, which are that the view that you set forth in your pleadings is, we see that occasionally, very similar language. I don't know, sometimes the briefs we get in this line are all read the exact same. Yours is not the exact same, but a lot of exact same. There is no case in the country that says the state cannot regulate the driving, both commercial and private, on any public thoroughfare. So, I read your arguments as to why you believe the freedom of travel means you can drive your private vehicle on public roads, which are paid for by the registration of the vehicle, by the way, in part. That you believe you can drive because you have the constitutional right to travel. That it's never been interpreted that way. So the constitutional right to travel does not apply to overcome the requirements that states have imposed to require you to register your vehicle on an annual basis. That is it. I pay my registration fees every year because I have to, in order, if I want to put my car on the road. And I know if I put my car on the road with expired tabs, I'm going to get stopped and I'll have to pay the fine and I'll have to go get my car tabbed. I just know that's the way it works. And that's how the system is set up. So there's no legal argument there. You made it in a sort of a big way, but I think it's a misinterpretation of what you believe the right to travel is. It does not give you the right to travel in any state not adhering to that state's laws, and every state has a registration law like the state of Washington. So you've asked for my general.
Have you noticed that in courts, a car is referred to as a motor vehicle? A friend riding with you in the car is referred to as a passenger. You're engaged in traffic, and what the problem is, when a person registers his private property automobile with the state, he's declaring it a commercial vehicle.
No, that's your interpretation, and I'll just tell you that's not the interpretation shared by the courts. We don't see it that way at all. So the law makes very clear that all of us who have vehicles that we put on our roads, they have to be registered. Doesn't matter whether we have passengers, no passengers, if we drive them ourselves or not, if we're engaged solely in personal business or moving from point A to point B, none of that exempts us from the requirement to appropriately register our vehicles, which is used as a means of supporting the construction of the roads that we drive on.
Yeah, you know what? You said you've seen a few of these. What compels people to do this is the state abusing its power to license drivers, as well as doctors and other professionals. If you don't behave the way the state wants you to in your private life, in your family life, the state, through the family court, can have your license suspended. And that's just strong evidence that the system is not set up to make the road safe, but to control people. And people don't like that.
Yeah, I understand the philosophy behind that. We don't do anything here with suspending licenses or not. We just interpret whether the person has a license or doesn't have a license. That's the only rule of the court there. Now, I will say what you're referring to is the ability of the Department of Licensing to suspend licenses for the failure to pay child support as
It's
ordered.
government support.
What's that?
It's not child support, it's government support.
Okay, well, it's called child support. And that's what it's, if you look on your driving record, you have one of those things there that says, it says failure to pay child support. I understand there's a different way of looking at it. But it is not directly related to driving. I get that, but the legislature made that. They thought, how can we leverage people to pay what a court has determined they should pay for the support of their children? And they decided that one good way to do it was to leverage the ability to drive. So that's what the legislature decided to do. They created the law. Nobody has determined that law is unconstitutional.
A lot of people have, but they haven't taken it.
Right. So
In family court, the court rules don't apply. You know that. And due process is streamlined. So your driver's license can be suspended through a court procedure where it's a free-for-all. I've seen it.
okay. Yeah. So I like I said, I understand the philosophy you're indicating. When the case comes to me on a driving suspended charge, I look to see if your license is active or if you don't have the privilege to drive on the state. And you view it as a right. The law views it as a privilege, and the privilege is enacted if you are properly registered and insured.
Well, it's a privilege to operate a motor vehicle on the highways, but the courts have ruled, and it's in my brief, it's a right to travel by your automobile, by your private property automobile.
There's no court. Like I said, you can look all you want, but nobody has ever found a case that says a court upheld the ability of somebody to drive in whatever state on public roads.
Well, driving is a commercial term too.
Okay. To operate a motor vehicle in any regard.
That's even more a commercial term. Look at
To
other
operate
blocks.
your car. No, there's no case that says you can
Operate
operate your
means
car.
using a business machine
Okay.
on
Yeah.
a public utility.
No, that doesn't. Operate means I'm operating my computer. I'm operating
That's a colloquial.
my pencil.
That's a
Okay,
colloquial
well,
term.
then you're pushing your example into
Look
sort
at
of
Black's 5th edition. You'll see that operate means using a business machine for gain.
okay. I disagree with that, and I don't think you'll find any case that supports that.
Okay,
So,
I appreciate
okay.
your input.
All right.
Thank you.
We'll see you.
And folks, I'm guessing you're all here for the same case, since you're all sitting shoulder to shoulder. What case are you here for? Okay. And Ms. Moore, is Mr. Valentine, is that Mr. Valentine with you by chance?
Yes, it is.
This is Mr. Valentine,
Okay.
Your Honor, wishes to proceed without counsel.
Okay.
First of all,
Yeah,
I would
hold on,
like
hold on. I'll let you know when I need to hear from you.
okay.
So Ms. Moore, has your office appointed somebody to replace Mr. Gaslin?
Your Honor, we were not appointed at the last hearing, and I'm not asking for appointment today as Mr. Valentine is declining representation. I have
Okay,
advised.
well, okay,
He wants
I'll take care of it. Thank you. Mr. Valentine, as Ms. Moore has indicated, you've told her you want to represent yourself. I'll tell you, that's a huge mistake. I will treat you like you graduated from law school. I'm going to guess that because you're sitting there next to Ms. Moore, you have not graduated from law school, but you will be treated as if you had, which means I will expect you to know everything that I expect every lawyer to know. I will expect you to do the things that I expect every lawyer to do. I will expect you not to do any of the things that a lawyer is expected not to do. All that means that you haven't been trained in those areas, and yet I'm going to hold you to those standards. You would be making a bad mistake if you represent yourself, particularly because with two cases like this, you're probably looking at potentially up to 2 years in jail. So it's really important that you have good representation. If you were there, even if you had been trained as an attorney, I would say do not represent yourself. Lawyers know not to represent themselves. And There's a saying among lawyers that if you ever get charged with a crime,
The psychology here is reactance. When people feel their independence is being challenged, they can become more determined to prove they are in control. That can turn a legal warning into a challenge. The danger is that self-representation removes the lawyer as a buffer between belief and legal procedure.
lawyers will say it's a fool who represents himself. That is, even though they're trained to do that. So I would strongly recommend you not do that. You have the right to do it. I'll be very clear. I think you would be making a huge mistake should you do that. Do you have any questions about that? Do you have any questions about that?
Are you attempting to intimidate me under the color of law?
Do you have any questions for me?
That was
Other
the
than that?
question.
No, I'm not in tempt. I'm trying to make it very clear to you that I think it's a big mistake.
I'm ready to proceed.
Okay. All right.
First of all, I would like to address we the people, and I would ask that they would all stand for a moment.
No,
People
just
of special appearance.
no. We're not doing anything like that. We're here on a pretrial. You have a confirmation hearing set for the 18th of October. Mr. Valentine, you have anything to say about that status? Otherwise, we're just going to close the hearing and move to that date.
I'm going over judicial notices that I've submitted to the court.
Okay. This is not a motion hearing. This is just a procedural hearing. And we'll just close out this procedure or this proceeding and confirm that your next court date is the 18th of October. If you wish to file a motion, you're going to have to do so in the appropriate fashion and get it before the court. It's one of those things that I've told you. It was why I advise you not to proceed representing yourself.
I have filed judicial notices with the court.
Okay, thank you. We'll set a motion hearing and have consideration of those. Thank you. Folks, I don't want to hear any comments. None. So 18th of October is when he's due back.
And that's set for trial confirmation, Your Honor?
It's set for trial confirmation.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And Amy, if you'll make a note to...
Well, I object to that. You're not allowing me.
We'll note your objection. Thank you.
Across both proceedings, the same problem appears in different forms. The court is operating through rules, while the defendants are trying to operate through personal interpretations of those rules. In the first proceeding, the dispute centered on the idea that a constitutional right to travel should override vehicle registration requirements. The important legal point is not whether someone strongly believes that argument. The problem is that the judge specifically explained that the courts do not interpret the right to travel that way. Once the court has identified that the proposed legal theory has no supporting case authority, repeating the same theory does not strengthen the position. It shifts the focus away from the actual legal issue. The second proceeding raises a different risk. Self-representation is legally permitted, but the judge made clear that the defendant would be held to the same procedural standards expected of a lawyer. That creates a serious strategic problem when someone enters a criminal case with potentially significant consequences while also trying to control the proceeding through their own legal framework. This is where sovereign citizen-style arguments often become self-defeating. Terms such as right to travel, private property, or objections to the court's authority may feel powerful because they create the impression that the person is rejecting the system's assumptions. But a courtroom does not decide cases based on which interpretation feels more independent. It decides them according to recognized law, procedure, evidence, and jurisdiction. And the final exchange shows why courtroom procedure matters. Once the judge says the hearing is procedural and tells the defendant when and how motions can properly be presented, continuing to object does not automatically change the legal process. It can instead create additional consequences. The larger lesson is simple. A legal argument has value only when the law actually supports it. Otherwise, what feels like resistance can become another obstacle between the defendant and the outcome they want.